just investing. It's your boy Louis Keys from the West End. Any questions? Whether straight or you lesbian, play this here while I'm dressing.
What up? It's your boy Cardinal Red, and we back for some more of that Ali Land Daily Boxing Talk, people. And today we talking why Crawford is ducking Spence but calling out Pacquiao, plus Tyson versus Jones final prediction. And I'm on this 30-day Pacquiao challenge, man, so the background footage is me on my latest workout, man, trying to get this challenge done, man. It turned into a 60-day challenge, so it's no longer a 30-day Pacquiao challenge. We try and get our body back in shape in 60 days, man. It's been about 29 days, so trying to get it done, man. Alright, y'all, so why is Crawford ducking Spence but calling out Pacquiao? And to me, it's clear now that Terence Crawford, I'm sure, knows he can't beat Errol Spence Jr. There's no way in my mind that Crawford wins this fight. And I think Crawford, after seeing what Spence has went through as far as the car accident, taking a Lamborghini crash to the face and coming back and walking through it like it never even happened. Most people would have given up on a lot of things, not just boxing, but would have changed completely their whole life after an accident like that. And for Spence to basically treat it like it didn't even happen, it shows the type of guy Errol Spence really is and the type of punishment Errol Spence can take. We're gonna have to wait to see when he takes on Danny Garcia if he can still take a solid punch. But I think at this point, it's an intimidation factor now by Errol Spence Jr. I think Terence Crawford is intimidated by the fact that Errol Spence can make that type of comeback in such a short time, even with everything that's going on in the world. Me personally, I think Spence beats Crawford, man. I think Spence actually demolishes Crawford. And I think Crawford is calling out Pacquiao because there are simply no other welterweights for him to beat up on at Top Rank Boxing, and his next best thing to do is to try to take on the older Pacquiao because of what it would do for his career if he's the first guy out of these new guys to beat Pacquiao. It's going to give his career a huge boost. He's going to be seriously a fan favorite. It's going to push him right up into the pay-per-view status, and it's going to do a lot for his career. But if he goes and takes on Errol Spence and loses, well, basically that's the end of Terence Crawford. Nobody's going to want to see Crawford anymore because there's nobody at Top Rank Boxing for him to face off with, number one. So it would be him fighting Spence and basically going back to a clubhouse fighter, basically. If Spence beats him, there's nothing else for him to prove. The biggest rivalry out there for him is Errol Spence Jr. Now, what he could do if he fought Spence while he's still on Top Rank and lost is switch over to PBC, try to make a comeback fighting some of the lower ranked PBC fighters and try to build his name back up. Now, here's the thing, though. If he fought Pacquiao and lost, it has the same effect. Nobody really is going to care about Terence Crawford anymore. They're going to be focused on Pacquiao fighting Errol Spence Jr. That's going to be the big fight that's going to be out there. It's going to be Pacquiao Spence. So I think all cards are in Errol Spence's deck right now when it comes to Terence Crawford fight. I don't think he has to take the smaller cut of the 60-40. I feel like he doesn't even have to fight Crawford at this point. He could just keep fighting these PBC guys or go fight Manny Pacquiao for a huge payday. You know what I'm saying? And it just doesn't look good for Crawford, man. And I really don't think it's his fault. I'm not trying to say that Terence Crawford is a bad fighter or he's not an elite fighter. I just don't think he's on Errol Spence's level. And it's weird that people call Errol Spence a bully because he's bigger than some of these guys, because he's stronger than some of these guys. It's weird that they call him a bully for fighting all the top level competition, but don't call Terence Crawford a bully for fighting Errol Spence's sloppy seconds, or trying to go fight an older Manny Pacquiao and make your name off Manny Pacquiao's back. Why isn't that being called a bully? Why aren't they saying, well, Terence Crawford's a bully because he's trying to go beat up an old fighter? Why are you ducking Errol Spence, who's a young, hungry lion out there waiting on you to come challenge him? And, you have to take the 40% split because Spence Jr. just has too many guys he could go fight besides you and make millions of dollars. It doesn't even make sense at this point. It seems like there's a lot of strings being pulled behind the scenes by Bob Arum regarding this fight, because we all know Bob Arum is a very greedy man, and it's all about money to Arum. He's a boxing promoter, so it doesn't surprise me that it's all about money for him. He puts up money to make these fights. He puts up money for the arenas. He puts up money to pay the fighters. So it's got to be about money for him. But as far as Terence Crawford, he should be making a lot of noise in the same way Teofimo Lopez did to get the Errol Spence fight, because he's the best guy out there. There is nobody else besides Manny Pacquiao out there who you could say that are on these guys' level. So it's really kind of sad at this point that that Terence Crawford is not seeking that Errol Spence fight and is really calling out Pacquiao instead of taking his biggest challenge, which I think Pacquiao I still got Pacquiao winning this fight, man. I think people are sleeping on Pacquiao. I don't think he's stupid enough to say, hey, man, I'm going to go fight these guys knowing I can't win and just go and completely embarrass myself. I don't think he's that stupid, man. I think Pacquiao really has a plan that he's trying to follow as far as unifying these welterweight titles. I really want to see Pacquiao go fight you guys or Mikey as a warm-up just because he's had so much time off. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, why waste time with those guys and possibly getting beat by those guys if there's a Spence or a Crawford fight out there? So, let me know what y'all think about that down in the comment section. Where should Pacquiao go next with this? Should he fight Crawford? Should he fight Spence? Or should he take a tune-up fight? Because a lot of people are asking me that down in the comment sections. They're asking me, should Pacquiao take the you guys fight as a tune-up or the Mikey fight as a tune-up instead of going straight into a Errol Spence or a Crawford fight? Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Me personally, I'm hoping he goes fights you guys just as a tune-up. But here's the thing about it: if he fights you guys as a tune-up, and then he fights McGregor as a tune-up, because we know he's supposed to fight McGregor in an exhibition at the end of 2021 or later in 2021. Why waste time with those two fights? He could just go straight into a Errol Spence or a Crawford fight, possibly beat one of those guys, and then go fight the other guy to completely unify the division. I think that would be a better plan than to keep taking all of this punishment for no reason. Pacquiao needs to be focusing on his exit from the sport, not trying to keep extending his career. So let me know what y'all think about that down in the comment section. And as far as this Tyson versus Jones fight, man, my final prediction for this fight, I haven't really covered it a lot because it's not a real boxing event, it's an exhibition. But Mike Tyson is making claims that he wants to make a comeback and possibly fight Anthony Joshua, maybe Tyson Fury, maybe Deontay Wilder. I don't know where Tyson's going with this, so we're gonna have to see how Tyson looks when he takes on Jones to make a decision on whether he should make a comeback or not. As far as him fighting Roy Jones, I think Tyson, from what I've seen, still has enough in the tank to pull this off. Can he possibly knock him out in the exhibition? I don't know. But I got Tyson winning this, man. I think because of the way Roy got knocked out, I think Roy might be in for a doozy, man, when he takes on Tyson in this exhibition. And we possibly could get a knockout in an exhibition fight. It would be funny if that actually happened. It wouldn't be funny for Jones if it happened, but it would be funny if it actually happened. Let me know what y'all think about that down in the comment section. Who wins Tyson versus Jones, man? And as always, man, believe in yourself, follow your dreams, and your dreams will come true. Please spread the word about Ali Land Boxing Talk, and Cardinal Red does it all, man. Trying to grow the platform as big as I can get it, and with your help, I can accomplish this, man. And it's your boy Cardinal Red, and we are out of here.
Shit like it is what it is. Nah, I ain't one to trick, I'm just investing. It's your boy Louis Keys from the West End. Any questions? Whether straight or you lesbian, play this here while I'm dressing.